Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be chasing the BMW problem yet again with the weird dancing about issue when I do 50 in fifth gear. Now I'm not very confident that it will be this, but I think this is something that both I need to get done and I don't know, on the off chance it could be something that's fueling the issue. But I've gone out and bought some new NGK spark plugs. And these are a bit different because they're actually quite small spark plugs, as you can see, but they've got the quad tip on the end of them. And it's a really weird spark plug because there's no like tip there. I don't know if it's going to focus. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, these are NGKRs. Paid £45 for them off eBay. So I didn't do too bad, and that is the part number for them. If it's going to focus again, should do. Yep, there we go. So we're going to see the state of the old ones. I think the ones that are currently in have been changed maybe 20 to 30,000 miles ago, which usually isn't an interval from then to now where you would change the spark plugs. But it's just one of those things for peace of mind. If I've done it, I know it has been done under my ownership, so I haven't got to worry about it for a good while. It is a bit cold, hence why I've got my big coat on, but we're going to crack on with this anyway and see what the state of the other spark plugs is. Because the thing is about spark plugs, you may know this or not, but you can actually tell an awful lot about your car just by the spark plugs. So for example, if it's really clean and damp, then you know that you've got coolant going in there or some sort of moisture. And then if it's really black, then you know that it's been over fueling. And also, when you take your spark plugs out, you'll notice if you find that they're covered in oil on the top, you'll know that you've got a rocker cover gasket leak. So yeah, there is a lot you can tell about your engine just from these little metal things that stick in there. But anyway, let's start. Let's get in the engine bay and attack it. Okay, so first we're going to undo these. These just turn 90 degrees and pop up. We can take this. This is our cabin filter. Granted, mine is a bit ditched and I could probably do with a fresh one. Don't know how long it's been since this has been changed. Try not to tip it as you're grabbing it out, otherwise it will end up going in your fans. It'll make a right racket. So now we've just got to remove these Torx here and unclip this bit here. He says. There we go. So just come off and out the way. These cables should just come out here. These are, I believe, a Torx 30. I don't think they've ever been removed before. Oh, they should just lift out. Now we have access to the engine, the top part. So now we just want to remove these top caps here. There's 4 of them, two on the other side. This will now expose 4 10mm bolts. That we need to get off. And then on the side bit, it is 10mm nuts. So now all we do, take this cover off here. He says, there we go. And also this side cover off here. Remember to take the oil cap off when you do it, otherwise you won't be able to get it off. Also, while I'm making this video, I just want to make you aware, you see this yellow on the cap, don't panic about this if you've got an E46. 9 times out of 10 with these engines it does tend to be condensation. Just take it for a good drive and it will clear itself up. Okay. put that cap back on. Now what we have is what we want to see. So now this is the bit where we really want, because all of these are the locations of our spark plugs. So first things first, we want to undo both these 10 mils here for each one of them. And remember that ground cable goes there. We lift this metal clip up here, undo this connector, and simply pull this out. And this is what I was talking about earlier. You just want to have a look in there, make sure there's no oil or anything like that, so you know your rock cover gasket's okay. Could be leaking from here and not the outside, or alternatively it could be leaking down the side, but this is a good indication to if you have a leak. So before I carry on with this, I'm going to take the spark plug out. You want a special socket with a bit of rubber in, so it grabs the socket, or alternatively you just need a normal socket and get a magnet to fish the spark plug out with. If you're ever unsure what size socket you need, it's always good to get the new plug and just put that over there and see how well it goes in. Okay, so the socket I need is pretty much knackered, so just like the sound of that van. Okay, so even though it is a bit of a dodgy socket, I'm just going to go for it, and I'll have to just go find another one somewhere if it don't go to plan. There she is. One spark plug. Now the thing that concerns me a bit is that's quite oily, so that's not very good. Oh, okay, that might even be part of the problem as well. Look, part of it, of the spark plug, is actually disintegrated. That's not good. They do look a bit scorched on the top end, so I think it's a good job of changing these. Just to double check before we carry on, just to make sure the part numbers are exactly the same, because if you do change spark plugs and put the wrong ones in, it can do a lot of damage. And when you're putting them in, you just want to be really gentle. And to be fair, it's a good time to get a torch out and have a look inside there, see what's going off, but I'm going to do that today. So you just want to ease it in gently, make sure there's no resistance with the thread. And then as it starts getting tighter, you want to get your ratchet. You don't want to go mental. You just nip it up. So just nip it up. You don't want to go mad on it. You don't want to go swinging off it. And then it's reverse order. Put this back. Make sure that ground cable goes on top. That. Plug your connector back in. It says. That push your clip down, and that's all secured. Just need to bolt it back up. So again, don't go crazy with tightening these. Just tighten enough. Make sure your clip's secure, everything's secure, and then just do the remaining 5. Okay, so same story again. This electrode is in one piece, but it don't look like it's got long left. There's a bit of oil on there. I might just be telling myself it's from the rock cover gasket when that had a bad leak, because I don't know if the guy who paid to do it took the plugs out and cleaned the ports or not, but then again that was ages ago, so no, it's got to be something deeper. This one is a bit deformed and a bit of oil on, so I don't know how to feel about that. Might need a new one of those. Let me know in the comments if that will affect anything, because this is my first time doing this. Oh god. Okay, now this one might seem like it's got a lot of oil on, but the thing that you've got to think about is a lot of the oil is on top. So that would have been sitting on top of the spark plug, not below it. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I did have a rocker cover gasket leak before, and I did have it changed by someone, so I'm not saying this is their fault, but I mean, like, obviously the reason there's oil in there in the first place is probably because of the rocker cover gasket. Same again, lots of oil, but again, as you can see on the socket, that was a lot of oil sitting in the top. Plug number 5, bit dry, but it's still got oil underneath there. But then again, I don't know if that was oil sitting on this little ring here above this, because this is above where it bolts in, so with a rocker cover gasket it could have caused that, but yeah, Seems like it's seen its days, this spark plug regardless. Remember on this last one, I think there's a ground cable connected. Don't forget to reconnect that after. Oh dear. Again, a lot of oil in the top here. I don't know if that's caused from the oil from the top or whether there's oil in the bottom. So now it's just a case of reassembling the way you disassembled, making sure all the parts go back on correctly. So we'll start off putting the covers back on, then the cabin filter, and yeah, should be done. I'm going to start it up. Now before we do anything, just make sure all of these are pushed down fully. Make sure these are seated properly, none of them wobble about. Want to make sure everything's been put back together the way it came off. Take your oil cap off. In over there. No. Somewhere it's not going to fall into the engine. It can live there for a minute. Yeah, over. Cool. Happy days. Okay, so trying to get this back in is going to be our next challenge because I haven't a clue. I just pulled it out and whack him in. I think maybe is it just going to fall into place for us, or oh, if something doesn't go the way you want, just hit it. That usually works, isn't it? I'm not happy with how this side is, but it is meeting up with these connections, so it must be correct. That would make the most sense. Right. Ah, there we go. Oops. Well, why is that? Ah, that's why. Okay. Okay, there's back clips as well. I forgot about those. Sorted. Okay, so now is the very scary bit because I've got to start it. If you've had a similar situation to me and you did have oil on top of the plugs, it might take a minute to start because oil is now going to be in those chambers and it might get a bit smoky. So let's see if we can get a going to start off with. She did start running a bit rough there for a minute, but as you can see there is a bit of smoke down the side there. Okay, so it's been running for a few minutes now. It's sort of settled itself down a bit. We're not fully up to operating temp, but obviously after you do this you want to take it for a drive, see if there's any irregular sort of acting, and just give it maybe a blip. She sounds smooth as ever. So now I'm just going to take it out for a drive and I'm going to see if it's cured the issue I had. Don't think it will have, but can't hurt to try. So this is a little while after changing the plugs. I've taken the car for a test drive. The only real thing I can notice is low end power seems to have improved a slight bit, and I had an issue where it was like delaying on starting sometimes. I don't know if it was due to that or if it's because I've changed the cam sensors out for non-OEM ones, but it started nicely every time I've started it, so it could be. But the main thing is it's still doing the dancing about with the RPM gauge, so the hunt for trying to sort that out is still on. But anyway, that's one thing ticked off the list, and seeing the state of those spark plugs, I'm quite happy I put new ones in. Really seeing that and knowing how a bit's come off, I should have really, I could do with a borescope or something, just to have a look inside the cylinders and see the state of them. I might do that at a later date. But if you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe even hit that bell icon for notifications on future uploads. Until the next time, thanks.